Hello and welcome back to episode 50 of the Championship Manager Lockdown Challenge here on Championship Manager 2 1997-1998. Obviously we're in 2004 actually, but it's still 97-98 in the game. Season 8, and last time out I think we beat Standard Liège in the Champions League, we beat Guingamp and we beat Nice, so it's a triple threat of wins all round and quite good, decent wins as well if I remember correctly. Didn't record yesterday, or maybe a couple of days now, because I had a funeral yesterday and a few other things going on as well before it. So brain's a little groggy, but we'll catch up as we go through the games, and I'm sure we'll remember what happened. Today we take on FC Croatia in the Champions League in the group stage. So that's going to be us basically having an episode featuring all three of our opponents. But the group, this isn't the final game of the group. There's still one more, but I think we have qualified. I think that last episode, qualified us. And we also got Angers in the league. Maybe one more game if we've got time. So no, it's actually off camera we qualified. So we beat PSV 4-2, 2 goals from Crossley and 2 goals from Rivera. Great win there. Idager Johnson not really hitting the heights that he did in real life. Still at PSV, still not even got 30 goals in his career. But I don't think he was known to be as good as he was going to be in real life. I never really actually rated him. Let me know down below. What was your thoughts on Idager Johnson? Did you rate him as a player? Obviously, he was decent at Bolton. Went to Chelsea. Did okay, went to Barcelona. I don't know how he got to Barcelona really. Yeah, I just never particularly rated him all that well. But let me know down below. While you're down below as well, smash that subscription button and smash that like button if you're enjoying the content, all that lovely stuff. But yeah, good 4-2 win against PSV. Lovely symmetry there with Crossley and Rivera. 2 goals apiece. We did then beat Lyon 3-1 in the league. It was very much helped by an early red card. 2 minutes for Jesse Piton. I assume he's a regen of someone. He is. I don't know who. He's done okay, but sent off against us. But a goal for Ulrich, Bailey and Trezeguet in this game, and it's lovely to see. Still only getting just shy of 70. Well, I think that's quite near capacity, that game, actually. So it's obviously a bit more of a high-profile game to get the fans excited about and to come in for. Around this time, Arsene Wenger actually left Salamanca and he took the Mets job. He wasn't sacked, he left to go and take the Mets job. It was a bit strange, but Salamanca are struggling this year. But then Mets are bottom of the Liga, so, you know, Salamanca have got money, they've got a good squad. It's more to work with than Mets, but Salamanca did appoint a new manager, but it wasn't a very exciting one. I'd never heard of the guy. I can't remember where he came from. It might have been Deportivo, but it's not an original Deportivo manager. I don't know who it is. It might be an ex-player, might be young. I'm not too sure. But anyway, we carried on and we played the cup. This Coupe de la Liga, is that the one we won? No, we won the Coupe de France, didn't we? So this is the other one. So we're trying to get some points for winning this one this year, hopefully. Nicolas Anelka in there for them, but he didn't get the goal. This Oliver Karif, the regen we've looked at previously, got their goal. He looks quite decent. He's actually just recently moved, isn't he, from Montpellier? I mean, he's averaging about 1 in 3 roughly, isn't he? But he's always got a good average rating. He started out a little bit slow. He started off really good actually at Angers. I assume they got promoted with him, but he's moved on and he's doing okay. But goals for Crossley and Bailey again for us. I think they took the lead, I believe. Oh no, they actually got one back late on. Okay, yeah, my memory is very, very fuzzy. But we're through to the next round of the Cup, where we do play Marseille in the quarterfinals. So that'd be a nice, easy game. And then finally, just to lead up to today, we played Red Star in the league. Bailey and Trezeguet, 2-0, clean sheet. I mean, you could say they deserved a bit more out of the game. Maybe a draw, but maybe even a win. But we got the win. We were more clinical. That's all that mattered. In terms of the Champions League, I think we are qualified. So we've not left it quite so difficult as last year. Was it last year we eked through a group? I can't remember. Was it last season? I think we did. We rested some players and were sort of lucky to get through, but not this time. I don't think there's even a doubt of us finishing top, is there? No, we're top. That's why we're qualified. PSV got a job on to qualify. I did say one of the early episodes, Standard might be the team to come through and sort of push through as a second place team, or rather than PSV, because I just don't think PSV are that good. And then we battered them, didn't we? So, yeah. And Standard actually gave us a bit more of a match. But we'll jump into today. We've got FC Croatia. Part of me thinking put a weak team out and just try and let them overtake PSV and try and get, PSV bottom just for the lols. Abame isn't quite back yet. Probably soon. I want to put Diomed back in, but in all honesty, Rivera's doing the job. He's doing bits at the moment. So he got 2 in the last game. In the PSV game, I think it was, rather than the last Champions League game. He's not got much in the league so far, but he's doing okay in Europe. So we'll keep him in today, and we'll see if he can grab another couple of goals and take his numbers up. But he doesn't get the goal, he gets the assist, and I didn't see who scored it. I think it was Bailey. I think I saw a B. It's Bailey on the 12th minute. And early on, we are rocking and rolling. Americo with the cross. Part of me's thinking, let FC Croatia maybe try and take over, put a bit of pressure on PSV. The other part of me is just thinking, well, I want the 750 grand in the kitty. Not that it matters too much because we can't really spend it. This is our last season, as we've said a few times. And also, I just want to get the goal difference up and keep us going into form. And one defeat or whatever can just derail a season so easily. So let's just keep on rolling, baby, as Fred Durst would say. Well, I was actually going more with David Brent there. I'm sure he said something similar. But then I just called it back at the last minute and said, no, Fred Durst. But I was going for David Brent. But as we're talking about David Brent and Fred Durst, and I can't remember what his group was called. It's completely lost out of my head. We're 3-0 up. Bailey's got another one. Ulrich has got one. I remember their first album. Wasn't it something like Chocolate Starfish or something? I can't remember the name of the group. Comment down below. It'll probably come to me by the end of the episode if I think about it. But yeah, my memory is just absolutely woeful. It's getting worse. As I approach 40, it's getting worse. It's not good. But as this match is rounding out now, not too much more is happening. We're going to make a few changes. We're going to bring Rivera's going to stay on. Americo's going to go off. Sonny Anderson's going to go on for Trezeguet, and Asensio's going to come on for Crossley. Not had the best day today, but he's been very good this season in the absence of what was his name? Missy something. I'm just going to call him Nduram because I remember that better. But a good 3-0 win. Sparehart and Prosinecki can't do the job against us today. And I don't really care. But Paco Sands man of the match gets a 9 rating. Surprised Bailey didn't snatch it really. I don't know what Sands did to grab that. Did he get an assist maybe in there as well? Was just being very good and keeping a clean sheet. But 750 grand. Standard draw with PSV. So it is going. Let's have a look at the fixtures. We've got one more group win. We got Standard. So if we don't beat... okay. Let's have a look at the group. I think... Yeah, Standard. So PSV, you'd think, will beat FC Croatia. I mean, they've drawn with someone this season, haven't they? They've drawn 2. So they've drawn with Standard and PSV. So they're not pushovers, just except when it comes to us a little bit. But yeah, obviously we're going to still go out and try and win the game. Curtis is suspended for Europe, 1 game, so he'll miss that game. I think he's missing for the league game, I think I just saw. Oh no, it's because I was on the European sort of tick over. Man United want Randall. Okay. No one wants Ikpeba, I'm assuming. Molehouse. Oh, it could all come up Molehouse if he goes to them. But anyway, we're back for the Ongers game, which is in, 2-3 days. See you shortly. Okay, here we are. We're back for the Ongers game. Didn't take long at all. It was literally one press of done, and we were there. So, team-wise, we are pretty much good to stick with what we've got. Who's after? Khan. We did say we might come back to Khan if the time is looking good. And so far, we're under 10 minutes, so I think we're going to be okay. Plus, I've got to cut about 20 seconds out for that pressing I've done. But Ongers aren't pushovers in this league. I think they were third when we looked at the end of the last episode. Obviously, played a few games since they may have slipped down. They may have pushed up. I don't really know. I haven't looked at the league table today. But Trezeguet gives us a nice early lead, 8 minutes in. But they are coming back. They've got their own Riviere on the wing. Looks like he's putting in some crosses. We've got a Riviere. They've got Riviere. Who's going to come out best? But so far, Trezeguet is the difference. They've got look like Oscar Tebele playing. Obviously, former Celtic player in the 2000s. I remember him there. I don't remember how good he was. I remember that fluorescent Celtic shirt and Henrik Larsson up front. I used to follow Celtic a fair bit back then. Being raised Catholic and all that, it was almost like a keep an eye on team. A lot of families support Celtic. A lot of Irish families support Celtic. A few north of the border in Scotland as well that are over there, and in Northern Ireland as well. Celtic supporters. So yeah, always used to keep an eye on as like not a second team. So I don't believe in second teams, but there's teams that there's lots of teams I keep eyes on. For various reasons. Trezeguet gives us a 2-0 lead, which is great. Lots of teams to keep an eye on, and that can be from various reasons. I think I've always liked AC Milan because I remember there was an arcade game when we used to go swimming when I was a kid, and there was I just remember always playing as the team that were in the red and black stripes. I don't know if I knew back then if it was AC Milan or even if it was AC Milan, but I just loved the kit combination, the colour combination, and and then obviously in the 90s, loved George Weah and Maldini and all that. So yeah, so AC Milan's always been like a follow teams. Trezeguet grabs his hat trick on the hour mark. That's all good. There's a few, and there's other teams that you get a fondness for from Championship Manager and from Football Manager, where saves take you in certain ways. I always had a bit of a little try to keep an eye out for FC Cape Town, South Africa. I've looked up recently. I followed them on Twitter. They've been taken over or bought. They've disappeared, and they're now a consultancy firm. It is the most random thing. I can't remember who the team is in South Africa, but I've got no. I did a blog save a few years ago, and they were part of my Journey Pentagon Challenge. They were the first job. I think they were the first job I had. I think they were. Yeah, they were in Africa, and I've just followed them since. And now they just don't exist. So it's sad. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Sort of, you've got your team you support and you've grown up with, but any teams you've got like just an affinity for, or just a real liking for, who maybe is a bit odd or sort of, not reasonably explained. Let me know down below. But yeah, Celtic is mine. AC Milan is a bit of a likeable team, except when they play Arsenal, which doesn't happen much anymore because Arsenal don't get into Europe anymore. Maybe a pre-season friendly, maybe the Emirates Cup. It's about the extent of it. But it looks like we are going to have time for the Caen game, so we'll come back for that shortly. Let's have a quick look at the league table, actually. I'm trying to think of other teams that I've got a bit of an affinity for. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't remember. So we're 9 points clear at the top. I didn't realise we were opening up that much of a lead. Still unbeaten. PSG have only lost the one, which may have been to us, in fact. I'm not too sure. I think we drew with them. Goal difference, we're leading that this season. And our defence, adding John Curtis in there has definitely helped that this season. And I think maybe even sticking... Well, he's not been there most of the season. I'll say sticking Oliver Dacour in centre midfield. Defensive midfield has helped, but maybe not. Angers have dropped down to 6th. Caen, who we're going to face now, are up to 11th. I think they've only just been promoted, so they're doing quite well this season. As you can see, Metz, Arsene Wenger, what's he playing at? He was there for about a year and a half, 2 years or so, isn't it, I think? No, 2 years. 2 and a bit years. Did he win anything with Salamanca? Has he won anything at all? No. With Bordeaux, he won the Coupe de la Ligue, and he won the Coupe de la Ligue with AS Monaco. And so far, at the time, it was our only competition as well, but we've added the league since. So, we can see how he finished in Salamanca. So they finished 9th that last season, where we didn't see it because of my stupid button pressing continue too much. But they finished 9th. Not great considering we turned them into a bit of a title challenger. But anyway, let's crack on. Back for the Caen game on, I don't know what day it was. I assume it's next weekend. See you shortly. Okay, looks like this is the game day. We're back. 2 things happened in that week in between. It literally whizzed all the way through with one done press, but it took a little bit of time. But Man United did put a bid in for Randall. They wouldn't let us exchange anyone. They didn't want to exchange. We weren't accepting it anyway. I don't think we would have exchanged anyone. Maybe Roy Keane if he was in there just for a short-term gain, but then he wouldn't be able to play in Europe anyway, probably till quarters or semis or something anyway, so it wouldn't have been a worthwhile deal. And Randall's doing quite well this season, so he's the future. Not that we're going to be here for the future. And then what was the other thing? We got manager of the month, so yeah, that was nice. But Ulrich he's got a suspension coming up, but it's not today. I think it was 11th of December, which isn't too far away. He's going to miss the Strasbourg game just for one game. It's just an accumulation of yellow cards, and we have got Metz coming up and a double against Marseille. But we'll have a look at where we're coming back. We're just going to stick with the same team. At the moment, it's winning games, it's working, it's scoring goals, and it's not conceding. Obviously, we are going to have to make a few changes soon. John Curtis has got a suspension coming up in Europe and in the league, and Ulrich has got one coming up. So there's going to be a few sort of twists and changes. But I'm confident in the players we have coming in now to be able to contribute and make a difference. I mean, Missy's going to have trouble getting back in the team because Crossley, I don't think we were playing badly before Crossley came in, but I don't know whether he's just making us tick a little bit better. I don't know if he's providing a few more assists, but goals just seem to be pouring in and not going in. So, at the other end. So, but not in this game, apparently. This game kind of got the beating of us in defensive point of view. We're throwing chances at them, but just not tucking any away. And you know what's going to happen when that happens. You inevitably concede a sucker punch, which I was waiting to happen right then as I was saying it, but it didn't, luckily. It looks like they've got an English goalkeeper. I think I just saw the name Culverhouse. Was it Ian Culverhouse? Or was that a Norwich player? Is that why that name's coming to my head? I think I remember Culverhouse back in the 90s. And that was probably the tail end of his career, if I remember correctly. I'm not too sure. But Dacour is back in the team now. I didn't even realise. We grabbed the goal in the 75th minute. I was just literally about to press return to make a change. But Rivera's given us the lead, and we probably don't need to. Bailey, Ulrich. See, now what we have got an issue with is the next game against Liège. We do want to try and get that 750k in, just in case in January we do need to buy someone, or someone exciting and interesting comes up as an option to sign, and the money's available. But I don't want to risk... It was Ross Culverhouse in goal. Yeah, I don't want to risk injuries as well. It's a tricky one, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that Standard Liège game, but we're not going to come back for that next game. We'll probably come back next for... maybe whoever we get in the draw of the Champions League, which we won't know until that episode, because I'm going to be still got the one more group game to play, which I think is the next game. We'll have a look at the schedule in a moment. I think it normally comes back in February, I think. So it's not too far. We've got the winter break. Oh, Marseille. Metz. The Professor is at it again. Is he going to keep him up? Barcelona to Sevilla. I've seen a few of those pop up with Salamanca being shock results again. Obviously, we got to a point, I think, where a lot of them weren't anymore. We were like genuine, contender and good team. Paris Saint-Germain dropped points against Red Star. We are opening up a lead this season. I think we're looking good value. And obviously, anything can unravel very quickly. Marseille, well off the pace. Lyon off the pace. I mean, they're there or thereabouts. PSG, obviously, are well off the pace themselves, but they're second and closest to us. They've got 17 million in the bank. They just signed this guy. That just happened in the week in between as well. I didn't pay much attention to it. I saw a few transfers, and I recognised that guy's name then. I don't know who he's the regen of, but he looks pretty decent. And obviously they signed him recently as well. He's a player I don't know. And I think that's Brian Laudrup's regen. No, he's not. He's on the game from the start. Okay. Well, that's one to add to the list then, because he obviously gets very good. So, not very fast, but he's very good. So that's recently happened. So the squad's starting to pad out a little bit. Maybe not where they need it to pad out. I'm not too sure. It's not for me to actually judge. I don't care. If they want to keep an unbalanced squad, that's their lookout. Metz are off bottom, and they're now within 2 points of safety. So maybe he did make the right choice to... Wow. Thomas Gravesen will be out for 2 years with damaged cruciate ligament stain during today's match. They are going to have to buy someone. That is a big loss for them. He's like their only centre-back, isn't he? I think he's not their only one, but he's their main one, I think. Is he playing centre-back or is he playing left-back? I mean, he's actually playing right-back because they haven't... Well, Ishmael's just come back from injury, I think, or suspension, so he's going to go back at right-back. That's a big loss for them. He's a backup left-back and a centre-back for them. And he's on 30 grand a week. Although his contract does run out next summer, so I imagine they won't be signing him up again. If they do, then they need to give their heads a wobble. Let's have a look at the fixtures. Yeah, so we've got a couple of games, and there is a bit of a winter break here. So after the Mets game, we've got a winter break to come back for the Cups. So I'm hoping the Champions League sort of comes in here a little bit somewhere. In between the Marseille game would be quite good, so we can tag in a Marseille game as well, but it doesn't matter too much. Okay. Yes, we'll come back. I think I'll see where the Champions League draw takes us in terms of time. If I need to squeeze another episode in before it, I will do. But I think there'll be too much of a short of a gap. It may be just too far away to go to it, but too close for it to have an episode in between. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll come back for that anyway. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like down below. Hit that subscribe button while you're down there. Comment on anything we've talked about today. Anything you want to ask generally. Any sort of general discussion points. Anything like that. Let me know in the comments down below, all that lovely stuff. And see you next time for episode 51. And we'll see who we get in the Champions League. Well, we'll know who we got in the Champions League, and we might be coming back for that game. Who knows? But I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.